All right. Well, how you guys doing? We're used to seeing you guys each individually, but it's good to see you both here, Ranger and Lycan, both the coaches of these teams here. So you guys both obviously didn't have to do too much clicking and tapping, but I got to imagine that was a nail-biter for both of you guys.
Yep. Ranger, I got a question for you specifically, right out the gate. I want to know what you think about Lion, because we saw Lion from you guys quite a lot, and what's the thought process there?
I think he's still pretty strong, maybe not as strong as he was before, but definitely useful in attack, especially on a map like Coastline where you don't need a ton of utility. And you just kind of got to push people out of spots, open up angles, and take gunfights. So Lion's really strong at, it's not a big map on Coastline. Mm-hmm. People are kind of stuck in some small spots, so it can be really strong.
Well, I got a question then for you, Lycan, speaking of the operators coming back in. Both teams used Mozzie, but you guys definitely started things off using it there. What do you think overall of Mozzie and his impact on this particular match?
On the particular map or match?
Yes. Either at this point.
Okay. Well, I mean, nothing really particular for Rogue for Mozzie, but for the map, like Ranger was saying, it's a small map, so you're allowed to kind of deny a lot of your alleyways to where you want to roam. So Mozzie is good in that way. It's essentially just a second mute. But yeah, I think Mozzie's good. He can run around. He's got a C4, so he's pressure from underneath, and that's why we brought him.
Now, I mean, you're talking about all these tight angles and pathways and bottlenecks and things like that. Why doesn't that cause you to use gridlock as well? I mean, neither team brought gridlock this entire match.
Because Maestro is still available, so you have to bring some sort of projectile, basically.
That makes sense.
Question for you, Lycan. We saw Hookah defended 3 times by your team, and 3 times you were unsuccessful. The first round was really close. It looked like you should have been able to take it. The second round on Hookah, again, pretty close, but Vertical with some heroics. Why the continued Hookah? It looks almost as if you guys could have been able to take it if anything else was brought.
Yeah, I think that we had a good read on what they were going to do. We just didn't execute right. Rogue played it really well. They were getting the entry pick onto Hookah, which is a big part of the linchpin. We were able to get the Aqua side of it, but we weren't able to get the Hookah side of it, and that was causing us to lose it a lot. We knew it was coming, we just weren't able to get it.
Now, it's surprising to see that no one banned either Echo or Maestro. I mean, was that something that you guys expected going into this, or was it just kind of that last Defender ban surprising you that we didn't have that come out?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
So this question is for either of you. The Echo or Maestro not being banned at all, was that something you guys were prepared for on this particular map, or was it just a case of where it just came down to that last Defender ban and it didn't end up getting banned? Because we just rarely see those two both available.
Well, I mean, last time we played... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Last time we played them on Coastline, they banned Pulse, so we knew it was a possibility for them to go there again with that ban. Obviously, they don't play a ton of Coastline, or at least they haven't on VOD recently. So we knew it was an option. We wanted to ban Mira in this case, because obviously she's really impactful on how people can set up. And then, if Mira's there, it requires smokes or Habana or something to handle it. And yeah, we wanted to, for SSG, we wanted to run a lineup that didn't have that. And we had something else in mind for the game plan. So Mira had to go in this case instead of something like Maestro or Echo for us.
And we didn't see Echo being used at all by SSG, whereas we saw it being used by Rogue. Was that just the case that SSG, you guys didn't have strats prepared for Echo being used just because he's banned so often, or was it a case where you just had other operators you wanted to be using in your particular strategies?
They weren't executing. They were literally running in for frags and refrags. So running an Echo is actually against what you would want to do in that case, because you don't want to sit in a corner while the rest of your teammates are dying.
I mean,
so Echo doesn't work for how Rogue specifically plays on that map.
That's actually funny you would say that, because that's actually what ended up happening in the last round. Rogue had Echo, Maestro, Smoke. 3 denial operators, about 20 seconds left, all still on the board. But then the only way that you guys managed to clutch it out was with that rush into the site. Impressively done there for SSG, well done. What was going on the side of Rogue in that last round? Because it seemed like you guys had it locked out. What happened?
We lost info on the guy coming up hallway, so he was able to get the trade on Maestro behind pool bar. And then we didn't expect the buck to be underneath that late in the round, especially given, I think, where we just heard him nading from. So I think he rotated down there pretty quick, or we had incorrect info. And so it caught those C4 underneath that we had playing underneath off guard. And then, yeah, we didn't have proper info on the guy coming up hallway.
Okay, well, so for both of you, starting with Lycan, anything you guys would like to say to your fans, especially fans of SSG drawing?
I just want to say I'm excited for Season 10 to start. I think it'll be great. I'm not really too worried about a draw against Rogue. They're a good team, so it's a good way to start the season for us. Thank you for everyone who's coming out. Like always, any team that you support, I do appreciate it, so thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
well,
thanks to everyone that tuned into the first Pro League broadcast, and next time we'll get a W instead of a tie.
Well, let's hope both of you can do that separately in your own matches. But thank you guys for joining us for the interview. Great match, and look forward to your next play day in just 2 days.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Fox, unfortunately.
Hopes? No, that's good. Some variety here. I think we've all seen Fox about as much as we could take anyways.
Yeah.
So good to see you here on stream. How are you feeling about how that match went down?
I mean, well, the pre-match, I guess, map ban phase and kind of op ban phase kind of was a mess. I think it was kind of a surprise to both teams, but I guess during the map, kind of went according to plan.
Speaking of which, in terms of plans, were you guys prepared for the Thatcher ban that came out for EG? Because it seemed like that was part of their plan, and you guys didn't seem to struggle with that.
Well, so here's the thing. We weren't expecting Thatcher. We were probably expecting Cap, but it just so happened that we were kind of scrimming against the Thatcher ban all week on Club. Just by coincidence, not on purpose, but it didn't affect us at all because of it. I think that kind of helped.
Well, that's good. I mean, despite it not going down how you wanted in terms of maps.
Yeah.
Now, you guys weren't able to attend Milan, as well as not in the Vegas minor, so you guys have had a bit of time to kind of really look at what you did in Season 9 and prep for it. What have you guys been doing during all that time to be ready for Season 10?
Well, right after we didn't qualify for Milan, after we qualified for the USN LAN, we just took like a good 2 to 3 week break, kind of reset, everyone kind of refreshed, and moved into the team house, kind of reworked a lot of strats, and just been grinding. I mean, we're really excited to grind the season, and I mean, we really want to go to Japan. That's kind of our goal, so.
And do you guys think that the moving into the team house has helped the team synergy at all? I mean, this is a team that, when they were under Cloud9, also had a team house, and so are obviously used to living together for the most part. Obviously, there's been small roster changes, but is this something benefiting you guys?
Oh yeah, for sure. So here's the thing. The first split of Season 9, we were in the C9 team house back then, and we're kind of a very emotional team, so we kind of feed off each other. Whereas the second split, when we were kind of transitioning to the Reciprocity team house, which we're now living in, you know, we kind of struggled that second half. You know, we didn't have the same synergy. We weren't feeding off each other like we used to, and now we're kind of back on track where we want to be.
Now, you guys have had kind of this rivalry going back and forth with EG in terms of how you guys traded the wins last season. You know, you guys have been able to take down EG at LAN before. Is this a big victory for you guys, winning this match against EG again today? Does this mean a lot for you guys going forward confidence-wise?
Yeah, I mean, whenever we play EG, we kind of focus up like a little bit more. Like, we know when we play EG, we have to kind of be on our game. But it's good to get, like, in our opinion, the hardest match out of the way first, and, you know, come away with a win. And then, I mean, we have another tough match Wednesday against Rogue, but, you know, this is definitely a big win under our belt.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. You guys were definitely not the community favorite for the community vote, but I think you guys are going to be gaining ground there. So to all those fans out there, hopefully some of those new fans, after seeing that match, do you guys have anything to say?
I mean, we welcome all new fans, and, you know, hopefully make all our current fans proud. And we just want to, you know, do our best for them.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Glad to have you here on the interview as well, and look forward to that next match on Wednesday. You guys have definitely got a great start so far.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. All right. Looks like we've got Hyper, the newest member of the team here. How's it going? How are you fitting into Dark Zero so far?
It's going well. At the start of Vegas, we had a little rough bump, but I think we finally found us. So.
Now, are you all moved
so
into the team house there? Is that behind you?
Yeah, this is a team house. We're all here.
How long have you been able to kind of practice with the team and be prepared for this season?
We've fully been able to practice like a solid 2 weeks, I want to say.
Now, when you swapped in, were you taking over a lot of Jarvis's roles, or was it the case where a lot of other roles had to change to kind of fit you in?
Well, some roles changed. That's not. But I didn't exactly take what Jarvis was playing. We kind of had to move some stuff, move Mint to like more smoke role, and Nyx is just still on entry, so.
It seemed to work out pretty well for you guys. Now, were you guys very well prepared for the Sonics, even though they were coming from Challenger League and you didn't necessarily have as much footage Pro League wise for them, or did you guys feel very, very prepared for them, or was it just a lot of improvising on the fly?
Oh no, we were really prepared for the Sonics. On console, they gave us a lot of picks on attack fast, and that helped us with momentum on attack. On defense, they caught us off guard with the Lion, and the Lion Doke kind of affected it when we were off site roaming, and they just rushed 1 or 2 rounds.
Now
But we adapted.
I'm sorry, go ahead. You guys had a very good defense as well on the Teller site, which was the newer site to console. Obviously, it's not brand new, but do you guys feel like that's a fairly strong site if you know how to play it well?
Yeah, you kind of have to play your cards upstairs. You either die for it or just drop. And it's kind of 50-50 if they take above and just open up the site. You can't really do much from underneath. But we played it well. They pushed really late, only 40 seconds, and they misdroned. Nix, I think, was in Teller's Hall. And you got like a 3K from there.
Well, nicely done. Is there anything you want to say to all your fans out there, both of yourself as the new member of the team and to all the fans of Dark Zero?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the fans for Dark Zero. Thank you for supporting us. Hopefully we'll go a dominant run this season. And shout out to England and Suzaku.
All right, cool. Well, congrats on your first win. I imagine it might be the first of many here for this long 14 Playday season. But we'll look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday. And have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
Hello, Tomas.
Hey, how's it going?
First question I got to ask, how does it feel playing against your old team?
To be honest, it feels freaking great.
Yeah.
Getting dropped and, making my way back up, from CL to PL, then playing at a LAN, and actually, proving my worth is amazing. Even though, I didn't really have an impact, but still, the teamwork, makes the dream work, pun intended.
There we go. Nice plug for your team org. And on that respect, did you feel like you had some idea how they were going to be playing? Were you guys able to anticipate better having been a former member of that team? Or is it just a case of, you guys are playing the way that you planned to play and that's all that matters?
Everything we knew from start to finish. We basically, our VOD work was from 4 months ago, and that was when I was on the team versus Rec, and we did the same exact stuff. If you go to the round where Rexon killed Achieve with a Claymore, and Achieve was Valk, I showed Rexon in the prep phase with my drone. Achieve is going to run out this door when we are executing. Put a Claymore or watch it. Puts a Claymore, minute goes by and Achieve's dead. Pretty much all default stuff. Yeah.
Because that was an odd choice to make, to put that Claymore in that particular spot.
Yeah, he told me, watch this Master Claymore because of you, Thomas. And you got him.
Well, you're winning in the brain games for sure on that one.
Yeah.
So, well played in that sense of getting your vengeance of sorts. But now that you've done that, of course, you've got to move forward to all the other teams here in Pro League. You guys did recently make a change now. You qualified with Drip on the team, but then ended up replacing him with Pixel. It seemed to work out pretty well. Do you guys feel like he fit into the team very quickly?
To talk about Drip, I want to say thank you to him because, he's one of the people that brought me on the team. But it was just, clashes from in and out the team where, it just had to have happened sooner or later. And, the LAN was basically the decision maker. So I want to say thank you to him. And with the replacement, Pixel, we wanted a couple other players, but because of the issues, we were stranded. So we actually thought of Pixel because he's former teammates with Doodle, and Doodle, eyes wide open, wanted him from that moment on. And scrims were going good. He fit the role. Thatcher, fragging, flex op. So that's pretty much what he played on Elevate, which he was on CL. So the fit was basically perfect for him.
Well, it seemed to bear out this particular matchup. So congrats on picking up someone that seemed to work out well for your team.
I appreciate it.
Now, you guys went from being 4th place in Challenger League to somehow storming your way up here and then, already winning your first match. What was really the change going from 4th place, meaning, you weren't doing super great during the season part of Challenger League, but in the playoffs and in the end, you managed to come ahead. What was really the changes that made that happen?
Well, if you can see, when I joined the team, there's a point in time where I felt like myself, I had to leave this team that I'm on right now, right when I joined, because like the comms were over the place, people arguing at each other mid-game. Like that never happened when I was on Accelerate, and I'll give them that. So like I was one of the main people that, you know, stopped the bickering, stopped all the fighting, had them, you know, if you're gonna say something, wait till after the round, clear your head, talk about it, move on. Don't bring that same energy to the next round, otherwise it could screw you over. So from that on, like, you know, even at the LAN, we experienced the same issues. So now it's pretty much better. Now the whole team, you know, everyone reset after the next round. Oh, we're down 0-3. All right, you know what? It's 0-0. Reset your minds, play it just like it's another scrim, and move on.
And does that come from you being a coach previously when you were the coach on the team before Pojaban ended up taking that role?
A little bit of both, because if you really look at it, if you're going to play in a match and someone's screaming at the top of their lungs while you're in a 2v2 situation, and there's a clip of us playing DG and CL of that same situation, you can hear our former teammate Yardi say stick it, while he's not on a drone, he's, you know, basically backseat gaming. So like it was at that time where we had to fix it, otherwise it would detrimentally mess us over. And we were down 5-1 against DG in the CL game, and we brought it back 6-6 to tie it. So just by a couple words back and forth, you know, it helped us win the game, or I mean tie the game.
All right, cool. Well, good to know all that. Is there anything you want to say to your hopefully new fans as well as your old fans coming into this?
I want to shout out Bio on the other team. You know, he was, you know, one of the first pros to actually like give me a shot at his team, even when he was in CL. You know, I will never take that away from him. I want to shout out my new team, and I want to shout out Yardi again. You know, he's one of those good players that deserves another chance. I also want to shout out you guys for the great cast, and you know, we're looking for hey Cakes, what's up? We're also looking for an org. We're still orgless, so if anyone wants to, you know, give us that, you know, extra momentum or, you know, energy, because we have people on the team that are working full-time jobs and competing at this game that they just want to compete at and quit their, you know, main jobs to focus on this. So other than that, yeah, shout out to all of them, and and Inverted, my head mod, shout out to you and Wooter and Legendary and all of you guys.
Well, hopefully after all that, hopefully after you guys' first win, coming in with a big debut like you have, some org out there helps your team live the dream. But thank you for a fantastic match tonight.
I appreciate it.
And we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Thank you so much. Good night.